Hey, all, Pastor Emil here with a midweek sermon recap. Hopefully, you were able to join us here on Sunday as we talked about courage. Courage for the sake of the gospel. We looked at the life of Joseph, not Joseph from Genesis, but Joseph from the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And we talked about how he displayed incredible courage. He had courage to associate with someone that he probably otherwise would not have wanted to associate. In fact, he's planning to divorce, to separate from, to end the engagement that he's got with Mary. Why? Because he found out that she has a child and he knows it's not his. And then he has the courage to listen to this angel and say, you know what? I'm going to let God be in control. I'm going to let God make the plans. I'm going to follow those plans. And then I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to have the courage to stick it out and go down the long and winding road with all the chaos, all the challenges, all the obstacles that make themselves known. It takes courage to do that. It took a lot of courage for Joseph. And he had that courage because God showed up, because God sent an angel to tell Joseph, it's all going to be okay. This is not what you think it is. I have a plan, and it's going to work out beautifully. Hang in there. Do not be afraid. Of course, that continues with Jesus, who demonstrates incredible courage. Jesus has courage to also associate with people that a lot of people wouldn't want to associate with. Jesus hung out with tax collectors, sinners of every kind. Jesus hung out with the poor. Jesus hung out with human beings, right? I mean, we human beings are train wrecks. We're sinners. We're awful. We are what's wrong with the world. But Jesus left heaven. He entered into this world, and then he did far more than that. He went on that long and winding road. He stuck it out. He endured all kinds of abuse from all kinds of people calling him names, people saying he's possessed. Jesus went through physical agony as he was beaten and whipped. He went through emotional and psychological and spiritual agony as he was abandoned by those closest to him and even forsaken by God on the cross. He endured hell, the complete absence of God, and the agony that that really is. He went through that. He had the courage to go through that for you, for me, so that we would know that we have forgiveness, that our sin is not the end of us, that we will live forever, that we have a glorious future ahead of us, a future where we know that no matter what we may lose in this life, we will have it back far better than we ever could have imagined or hoped. And so, that's the encouragement. Joseph had courage. Jesus had incredible courage. And now we are called to have courage. For the joy set before him, Jesus endured the cross, despising its shame. Consider him who endured such hostility from sinners so that we will not grow weary or faint-hearted. What is it that God is calling you to? What kind of courage is required? Are you finding yourself afraid? Is it something that has to do with your relationship with God? Is it growing closer to him? Is it reading the Bible? Is it getting in prayer, developing some kind of rhythm? Is it feeling like you're going to be a fanatic? Are there people in your life that are going to give you a hard time about this? Is it about associating with other Christians, that in relationship on the up, in, and out triangle? Have you been burned before by other Christians, by church folks? Is God calling you to have courage, to put yourself out there anyway, to invest in a relationship? Is he calling you outside the walls of the church to relationships with other people? Does that seem dangerous? Does it seem scary to walk alongside people that don't know Jesus, that don't seem safe, that might challenge you? Are you worried they'll think you're a fanatic? What kinds of other things with your time, your talent, your treasure What are you doing with your life day in and day out? How is he calling you to step out in a new way for the sake of the gospel? How is he calling you to find courage in Jesus? Brothers and sisters, let's find that courage. Let's find that courage in Jesus for the sake of the gospel and watch the world around us be transformed as we share the love that God has for us in Jesus. God bless you. Hope to catch up with you real soon. Bye-bye.